My name is Andrea and I will be your instructor today. For today's class, you only need a chair, so a chair that you can sit in and have your feet comfortably flat on the ground for some of our exercises. And also, I would ask you to find some household object. I have a big jar of peanut butter that we will use to step over as we do some balance training exercises, and also maybe even just tap the top of. So if you need a moment, go ahead and grab that household object. If you don't have anything handy, it's not a big deal. You can just pretend and you can do the step overs without the object. Other than that, you just need yourself and a good attitude, and we are off. So let's start off shaking our body, shaking everything out. We're going to do a nice gentle warm up with some dynamic stretches as we strengthen primarily our lower body and fine tune our senses that help to strengthen our balance. So let's bring that shake to stillness. And now let's slowly start with our head nodding yes, just gently taking the eyes up towards the ceiling, and then the chin down to the chest. Slow and controlled, nice posture, shoulders over top of hips, belly button in. And now bring the head back to center, and let's glance over the shoulder side to side, just like we're saying no. Good, one more time, each side, nice fluid, dynamic stretches, just some gentle loosening from head to toe. And we come back to center now. I want you to do a few hugs. That's where we lift our arms out to the side and wrap right over left and left over right. Get those shoulders warmed up, stretching through the chest and the back. Make sure you are alternating arms right over left and then also left over right. Now let's take it straight into our palm trees. One arm over, one arm under. Big sweeping side body stretch. With this one, you know, if overhead shoulder causes any pain, we don't do it. And you can modify by just bringing that arm right in front of the chest instead of overhead. Now slowly bring that to stillness. I want you to do 3 big shoulder rolls forward and 3 big shoulder rolls in reverse. And after you finish that third one, let's interlace those fingers, roll out your wrists. Make sure you roll in both directions. And relax the arms down by the side, straight into torso rotation. So nice little side to side rotation, warming up through the abdominals and the back. And slowly bring that to stillness. Next, I would like you to either use your chair for anchoring or a wall if you have a wall nearby. We're going to start to warm up into the hips with a pendulum swing. So we're going to lift the leg front to back. I'm going to go ahead and just turn my chair to the side here so I can use the back of the chair for some extra support. Check that I have my feet about hip distance apart, nice soft knees, shoulders over top of hips, belly button into the spine, and just a pendulum swing front to back. Now I want you to try and not lean, so no leaning forward and no leaning back. Try to keep it nice and tall, just gentle loosening into that hip. Now that same leg, let's take it out to the side, just as high as you comfortably can, and then back to center. A little side leg lift, and back to center. Now hold that leg just up off the floor, point and flex the foot, work into the ankle, and roll in both directions. And relax down, shake out those legs a little bit, and let's switch to the other side. So opposite leg now, swinging front to back as high as I comfortably can while still maintaining that good posture, that good form, no leaning, belly button into the spine. And then we're going to take our side leg lift, so just lifting out to the side and center, just as high as you comfortably can without leaning. Remember, we don't want pain with any of these exercises. Now let's go ahead and lift that leg straight up out in front of the body as high as you comfortably can while still standing nice and tall, pointing and flexing the foot and rolling the ankle in both directions. Wonderful. All right, relax it down. how to shake it out. So that was a very quick, just head to toe, gentle dynamic stretch to get us warmed up and ready to focus on some fine-tuning balance exercises. So next I want you to get your chair and go ahead and have a seat. And we're going to work our sit to stands. This exercise is one that you should be doing every single day at home. So in between those commercial breaks, in between chapters on your book, we want to maintain this everyday activity, this strength, the ability to stand up easily from a seated position. So we're going to try to do 10 at a time. You can push off the side of your chair if you need a little bit of assistance. You can push off the top of the legs, or you can just use all that lower body strength to stand right up. Obviously, that is the hardest version of the sit to stand. The second is pushing off the legs, and most assistants would be using the chair or the armrests. So at your own pace, let's try for 10 sit to stands. I want you to control as you stand up and control as you sit down. So no plopping down in that chair. Nice and controlled. So maybe 3 to 4 seconds as we drive and stand up, and 3 to 4 seconds as we sit down. Pressing those heels through the floor, working those leg muscles. You are going at your own pace, okay? So if this is too fast, that is fine. Slow down a little bit. Maybe today 10 is not where your body is feeling it. Maybe it's 8 or 6, but that's better than doing nothing at all. And we're standing up for 3, 2, 1, down, 3, 2, 1, up, 3, 2, 1, down, 3, 2, 1, one more, nice and controlled, up, and nice and controlled, down. Woo, good work. So there's your homework. Sit to stands every day. It's very important. All right, while we are seated in our chair, let's work a little bit of leg extension. So from that seated position, I want you to take one leg, extend it, foot is flexed, so I'm feeling that right here across the top in that quadricep, sitting nice and tall. I extend and bend, 10 of them on each side. Extend and bend. Here's 4, extend and bend. Good, nice and tall, 5 and 6. When we get to 10, we're gonna hold it. And 7, here's 8, 9, 10, right? 9, and last one, 10, hold. Good, hold, really flex that foot. Pull those toes back towards you. You're also getting a nice stretch up the back of the leg while strengthening through the top of the leg. You've got 3 more seconds. 2, 1, relax. All right, if you need to, stomp out those feet a little bit. Give those muscles a little bit of a friction rub. Keep them warmed up and relaxed. So now let's switch to the other leg. 10 times sitting tall, lift and lower, and lift and lower. Now I want you to try and resist the urge to lean back as you lift the leg up. Try to stay nice and tall. So we're isolating that leg strength. We're not going to use leverage and lean back. Let's get 3 more. Here's 3, we hold that last one. And 2, here's the last one, hold. Good, still holding, really flex that foot, toes coming back towards you. Nice stretch up the back of the leg. 3, 2, 1, relax. Okay, we're going to up the ante a little bit. So if you want to scoot back in your chair some, you may, because you may want to use the armrest or your seat for a little extra support. I'm going to have you lift one leg up, foot is flexed. Then you're also going to be engaging the core some. Lift the second leg up. We hold for 3 seconds, then we bend both down. Okay, let's try for 5 of those. Well, one leg lifts up, second leg lifts up, and bend both down. Good. 1, 2, we're holding it for 3 seconds when we're there. Bend both back down. And 1 and 2, and holding, and bending back down. 2 more rounds. Lift, lift, hold. 3, 2, 1. Relax one more time. Lift, lift, hold. 3, 2, 1. Bend and relax. Okay, very nice work. So we're going to stand on up, and our next set of exercises will be done using our chair, but from a standing position. So I want you to go ahead and grab that household object if you did set one aside or you do have one close by. If not, don't worry about it. We can just pretend. So I'm going to use my jar of peanut butter, and what we're going to practice is lifting up, stepping high, using those hip flexors, balancing as we step over the object, and then lifting up and stepping back behind. Think of how many times throughout your day you may have to step up on a curb or step down off a curb or step over something that's on the floor. So we want to continue to train those body systems, and we're also working balance because for a period of time we're standing on one foot while we're taking that big step over. It's up to you if you want to use the chair or a wall for extra support. So go ahead and place that object down on the ground, and let's get ready to step over and back 8 times. Here we go. Stepping over and back. Good. And over and back. Big step. Lift that knee up as high as you can. Over and back. Good. That's 3. Over and back for 4. Over and back for 5. Over and back for 6. Nice job. Really lift up and balance. Good. 1 more. Over and back. Good. Relax. Take a breath. Because then we're going to have to work the other side. So reposition your object on the floor so that it is ready for the opposite leg to be stepping over and back. So here we go, nice and tall, shoulders over top of hips, soft knees, belly button in, good posture. The wall's there if we need it, or our chair back. Big step, over and back for 1, over and back for 2, over. Big step, 3, over, lift it up. For 4, you're halfway, over and back. For 5, remember you're always going at your own pace. If I am ever going too fast, slow it down. We should not have any pain with any of this. You work where is right for your body today. Good, here's our last one, 8. Now go ahead and move that object out of the way so it's not a trip hazard. And we're going to do some heel raises and toe raises next. We want to make sure as we lift our heels up that we're staying nice and tall. If we have a book on top of our head, so there's no hinging forward, as tall as we can. Heels lift up, strengthening the calf up the back of the leg. Then when my toes lift up, strengthening up through the front of the leg. When the toes lift up, it can be as subtle as the toes lifting up inside of the shoes. It doesn't have to be this big rock back, okay? We just want to activate, wake up, strengthen the front of the leg. So here we go. Standing tall, shoulders back over top of hips. We're going to lift the heels up, and now toes up. We're doing 10. Heels up, toes up. Heels up, toes up. Heels, toes for 4, heels, toes for 5, heels, toes for 6, heels, toes for 7, heels, toes for 8, heels, toes for 9, heels, toes for 10. Beautiful. Good work. All right, now let's move this chair out of the way a little bit. And we're going to do an exercise called rock the boat. So with rock the boat, I want you to stand with your feet further than hip distance apart. Nice soft knees, kind of sitting a little bit. And we're just going to rock side to side. Think about if you were on a boat and you're trying to kind of counterbalance yourself against the waves. So rock the boat. We start off gently side to side. Now, if I need my chair or my wall close by, obviously keep it there. Safety first. Now, if you are comfortable, you can start to slowly lift up one foot as you rock side to side. Good. So rocking the boat, lifting up the leg. Obviously, the higher you lift the leg, the harder it's going to be. So you need to decide what is right for you. Rocking the boat. Nice and slow and controlled, because remember, we can go fast through all this, but then we're using a lot of momentum. I want you to slow it down. It's a lot harder. I feel my ankle, my leg muscles trying to stabilize. Good. Let's get one more each side. And slowly bring it back to center after this last lift. And relax. Okay, shake out those legs. We're going to do something very similar. It's like rock the boat, but we call it rocking horse because it's going to go front to back. So staggered feet. Let's start off with right foot forward, left foot back. Nice soft knees. Exact same idea as I'm rocking forward and then rocking back and rocking forward and rocking back. I have that wall nearby if I need it. And now if you are comfortable, this is where we can start to lift up the heel toe on that back foot. And I'm balancing. And now I lean back and I lift up the front foot and I balance. You can try to challenge yourself by holding the balance. So very slow, controlled, rocking horse, front to back. Good, let's get one more to the front and then one more to the back, and then we need to switch sides. So let's relax, bring it back to center, and I want you to put the opposite foot forward. So if you had your right foot forward last time, the left foot should be forward this time. Also, the more in line your feet are, the harder it's going to be to balance because we've narrowed our base. We step that foot out to the side, the wider the base, the more stable we're going to feel. So you decide where your challenge is today. So starting off nice and slow, rocking front, and then back, and front, and back. Good. When and if you are ready, we start to lift up the feet. So the heel, toe, lift up, and now as I lean back, that front leg lifts up. Good. And lift, curl, and lift, pull up. You've got it. And lift, curl, and lift, pull up. One more time. Good. Slowly bring it back to the center. Now at any time if you need a break, you need a sip of water, please make sure you stop and do so. We're going to do one more standing exercise, and it's called four corners. Then our final activity will be to test your balance for today. So for four corners, you're going to stand with both feet fairly close together, nice and tall, shoulders over top of hips, belly button in towards the spine. Good idea to have a wall nearby or the back of your chair. Bring it closer. We're going to start off with one leg. So I'm going to start off with my right leg, and I'm going to lift it up and I'm going to tap the floor directly in front. Then I'm going to lift that same leg up. I'm going to tap the floor directly to the side. I'm going to be tapping in four spots, hence the name Four Corners. Now I'm going to lift that leg up, tap straight behind. Now I've got to bring it up the whole way around and tap across. So we'll do it nice and slow together. We will start off with 4 times on each side. So here we go. Lift up that right leg. It's a toe tap to the front, to the side, to the back, and the whole way around and reset. Good. Front, side, back, around, reset. That's 2. Remember, use that wall if you need it. Front, side, back, bring it across. Good, reset one more time on this side. It's front, side, back, around, and reset. Good. Shake out those legs. A lot of times we really feel some heat, some tiredness in the leg that's doing the supporting, so the leg that I'm standing on. Lots of times we'll feel that in the hip or the knee, so if you need to take a break, take a break. So let's switch to the opposite side. Now my right leg is my support leg, my left leg is going to be doing the moving. So I lift it up, I tap in front, I tap side, I tap behind, and I sweep the whole way around and back to center, reset. It's one corner, two corners, three corners, and four. Reset. Okay, we're halfway there. That was 2 times. And front for 1, side for 2, behind for 3, around for 4. Good. Reset. Last one. Front, side, back. Bring it the whole way across and reset in the center. Okay, nice work. So now let's move on to a balance assessment. So I'm going to have you first stand with your feet hip distance apart. Okay, normal balance stance. Your eyes are open. I have a wall or a chair or a counter nearby I can hold on to if I need it. So just standing here, can I stand? Can I feel balanced? My eyes are opened. Okay, if the answer is yes, then what we're going to do next is take away your vision, because your vision plays a key role in your ability to balance, as well as your vestibular inside of your ears and the receptors on the bottoms of your feet. Your brain also, if we start to distract the brain, balance can become more challenging. So one thing at a time. Let's just take away that vision. Go ahead and close your eyes, but you're holding onto that countertop. You're holding onto the back of the chair. You're standing, you're balancing. 5 more seconds. How do you feel? Do you feel wobbly? Do you feel pretty solid? And now slowly open up the eyes. Good. If that was easy, standing with 2 feet, eyes open, no problem. Standing 2 feet, eyes closed, no problem. Then we move on to our next level, which is to stand with tandem feet. So with tandem feet, I'm going to put 1 foot forward and 1 foot back. We're going to switch the feet too, because my balance can be different. So ideally, the hardest way is to go heel to toe, as if you are standing on a tightrope. I have my shoulders back over top of my hips, belly button in, standing tall, eyes open. How do I feel? Can I balance? Yes? Okay. If I'm feeling pretty strong, then what I could do next is distract my brain. So maybe take those arms out to the side, try to bring them around, touch those pointer fingers in front of the body. Right now, I feel my legs are trying to stabilize. I'm a little bit more wobbly than I was. Now that I have another activity my brain is focusing on. Good. Now let's see if you can bring 1 finger at a time to your nose and then back out. Okay, if we're still feeling pretty stable, pretty comfortable, our next challenge is going to be to take away our eyesight. So go ahead, close the eyes. I've got 1 finger on my wall here just to make sure that I feel stable, I'm not going to fall. Good. Breathing in and out. You've got 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. Check it out. Now we have to share the love with the other side. So switch the feet. If you had your right foot in front of your left last time, put your left foot in front of your right. The hardest way is to be tandem or tightrope, heel to toe. If that is a little too difficult, separate the feet and you can widen them a little bit. Remember, go back to that broad, stable base concept. So here we go. Opposite foot, now in front, standing tall, shoulders over top of hips, belly button in. How do I feel? If I feel pretty strong, then we can add in some distraction for the brain, some movement. If I'm feeling a little wobbly here, I'm gonna stay here and just keep working at this level while we talk through our challenges. So arms out to the side. Let's bring those pointer fingers around. Try to get them to touch right in front. Good, let's go for 3 touches, nice and strong, working that balance. Try to touch those fingers. After those 3 touches, we're gonna bring the arms out to the side. We're going to try for finger to nose. Good. Finger to nose, 1 more time each side. Okay, be evaluating, be assessing how you're feeling. If you're ready for another challenge, arms come down, and I now close my eyes. Closing my eyes, balancing, breathing. That body's really working, trying to stabilize. Good, and remember, if this is uncomfortable, then I'm staying either with the arm movements or just balancing in tandem. Good, relax down. So one thing you can do is if you are out at the grocery store when you're waiting in line, got that grocery cart, maybe practice standing with 1 foot in front of the other. Or when you are at the kitchen sink or you're brushing your teeth, just throw in some of those balance activities as part of your everyday life. It doesn't have to be a whole big 30 minutes set aside for a class. You can kind of weave them in throughout your day. Now our last challenge, for those of you that are ready for it, is to stand on 1 foot. So we would stand on 1 foot, lifting 1 leg up and balancing and holding. Now at this point, if this is not a challenge, you can add in the arm movements, the finger touches, the nose touches. You can add in closing the eyes. This is also a good position to practice when I have the safety of my countertop right there. I'm brushing my teeth, washing my hands, whatever it may be, rinsing my dishes. But I want you to make sure that you test out and try both sides, because the majority of our bodies, we all have imbalances. We may have a hip replacement on one side or a knee replacement. So our balance just tends to be stronger on one side versus the other. Our ultimate goal is to work out those differences. All right, so with your balance check, you kind of know where you need to be. Maybe you're working still on your 2 foot balance, eyes open or eyes closed. Maybe your homework is that tandem foot stance with 1 foot in front of the other. Maybe your homework is standing on 1 foot. In addition, please feel free to throw in any of those other exercises we worked through today, especially those sit to stands. Those are a good one to do every day. But I appreciate you taking the time out. I'm proud of you for taking the time, setting it aside to work on your balance and your overall well-being. I look forward to seeing you next time. Be well. Bye-bye.